Hi everyone, welcome to your end of December general reading for everyone. Hopefully everybody's doing alright. I've been MIA for a little bit. I've had a lot going on. I am a Sagittarius. Saturn has finally left their sign. Those of you Sagittarius watching, it has been a wipeout obstacle course for me right now. I did have a family member that just recently passed away. It was out of the blue thing. I did get a heads up. So I've had to deal with that. I do believe in energies. I had to get my energies correct. Also, I needed time to process and process spiritually a lot that was going on as well. I do have a Sag Mercury, so this for me, being in my energies all this month, it was a lot to process and a lot to get done. Like, I do got bruises like all over me. I'm not even lying, people. The light. This is like my 12th take trying to do this too. This is ridiculous, people. Oh my god. My Virgo rising is so annoyed right now. My Sag sun thinks it's hilarious. My Leo moon is getting all like frustrated. My Aquarius, Mars, and Venus is just like whatever. Or so hopefully everybody's doing well. Your monthly readings are gonna come out later. I'm picking up extra work hours and stuff like that. I gotta try to get my family back home. So I gotta figure things out, or hopefully no sudden surprises here. It's just been like one thing after another where, oh, I am thankful I came into this life as a Sag though, man. It makes it a little bit easier. I'm not gonna lie. It does. Virgo rising too, right? Like, Virgos can adapt quite easily too. They get annoyed when their plan is a little messed up, but I mean they're very quick to have another plan. You know, like Virgos can be like, it's all right, it's all right, it's all right. I got a plan. I got a plan. We can make this work. That plan goes awry. Virgo comes in. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. They've already figured everything out. We can make this work. We can make this work. Where, oh. All right. So this is just going to be general for all of you guys, and I do deal with energies, so we're going to see what kind of messages come through. That's the best I can do. I was going to try to do the rest of your readings separately. It's just really time consuming the way I do it, and I'd say I have to figure out a better way, but I mean, there's no right or wrong way to do these kind of things. It's all done by intuition, really, and senses, and I do strongly believe in energy, so like it's important for me to always have my energies correct, to interpret correctly, and to block any negativity out. That includes for you guys too, because I don't do magic or anything like that, but I do block energies or as a process. It seems like, generally speaking, what everyone needs to be working on, and the overall energy that's going to be happening is, okay, there's got to be a sacrifice here of some sort. What you have to be concerned about is like your honor, prohibiting you from moving forward. Right? So this means at no point should you sacrifice what you hold true to yourself, like your morals, okay? Because it might be uncomfortable for you to stand your ground in some cases, okay? I'm saying some cases because in some cases you could be standing your ground, okay, out of pride, right? So that the Five of Swords is coming through as like you don't want to, um, you don't want to cause unnecessary harm or conflict due to pride, right? Like due to not being able to swallow your own pride. We have the Ace of Swords. It's the Sword of Truth. Okay, so at the same time with the Five of Swords, as I was saying, your morals and values, okay, that is a part of your compass. Okay, so in some scenarios it might be uncomfortable because majority of people are going one way and you're going another way. Okay, but what you can't go along with the crowd, because if you go along with the crowds, you're going to be misled off your path. Okay, so it might be uncomfortable for you to say no, because if you're in a job or something like that, and everybody's agreeing on one thing in a certain, I'm trying to give an example, it might not be the best example, but you know, we're going with it. You want to ensure that you stay to your morals and values, because if you speak up, okay, because this is the Ace of Swords, all right, and you say your truth, even if it's uncomfortable and you know that the majority is against you, and say you're going to be even, you know, it's going to cause conflict and you're going to get fired from a job or whatever for speaking the truth. Okay, well, in that manner, that might be uncomfortable, but it's necessary because you're going to go on your path. Like, that's part of your path. It's like you may no longer need to be where you are, and if you don't stand true to who you are, you're not going to be on your correct path. It's going to take you longer to be directed onto your correct path, if that makes sense. Because if you speak up and you end up getting fired, that's what's meant to be, and you end up getting another job, you know, or doing something else, even going back to school or whatnot, you know, like your life gets pushed into a different direction as long as you stay true to yourself. Okay, the second that you waver off your path, and you're not true to yourself, then you get stuck in scenarios and situations a lot longer than need be, and you're wondering why things aren't moving forward, and you feel like you're off your path. It's because you're not, in some manner, not being true to who you are, so you're stuck. The universe can't do anything for you. You have to do the work yourself, right? So as long as you stay true to yourself, you'll always be on path. It's uncomfortable. It's just not as it's a shorter process to get to where you need to go. All right, we got some cards that fell. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Ten of Swords. We got all swords here, you guys. Everybody's all up in their minds. We have the Lovers. Ooh. Bounce. Bow wow. Just, oh, it's hilarious. All right, so for some of you guys, okay, you got to come from your heart center. You got to let the past go, okay? Like, uh, for some of you, I'm not seeing a third party influence here in your relationship. People see the Three of Swords and like, oh, you know, my partner's cheating. Okay, it's not like that. Uh, I'm seeing it could be a couple of you, but I am seeing somebody when you're bickering with your partner. Okay, you're bringing up things from the past. It's somebody's being petty here. They're like, they got facts and stuff, you know, like they've gone on somebody's Facebook account. They know who's liking their pictures and whatnot, and you're like bringing it up in arguments and things like that. I mean, it's saying to be, okay, you need to make sacrifices and be honorable here. Okay, so in a sense, well, okay, I'm a Sag Sun with the Sag Mercury, so that's quite blunt and forthcoming. All right, it's very honest. They think out loud. It's entertaining. Gets you in a lot of trouble. Uh, so I'm going to and do my best to do this, say this politely here. Uh, okay, it is pettiness. Like, that's pettiness. If you're doing that kind of stuff, it's adding gas to the fire. Okay, people can't change what they did in the past. They can try to make up for it. Okay, but they can't change what they did in the past. It's part of their lessons. Okay, part of their path, things they had to learn. right? We're all here to learn different things. We all make mistakes. We're human. Even computers. Okay, computers need to be updated all the time. They freeze. Uh, you have to let go of what's happened in the past. Okay, like um, if you want things to get better in your relationship, you got to come from love here, your heart center. So this means like going back to what originally brought you guys together. Um, some of you, it's sacrificing your pride here because you may have hurt somebody in the past and you need to go back and you need to acknowledge that and make up for it somehow. Doesn't mean you're going to get back with the person. It's just like you're now aware of something that you've done and you got to correct it. I am seeing if there's problems occurring, it's due to past behavior. And okay, you have a lot of options. Okay, so if one or two options don't work out, you got another opportunity, so don't worry about it. Some of you guys are worried about the same cycle happening again. It's like something that has occurred in the past that was quite heartbreaking. So it could be like you had a business and you lost it, or you trusted somebody and they stole it from you, or you dated somebody and they cheated on you, or you could have been with a narcissist and like it's general reading. Take what applies to you. What I am seeing is that you're concerned that whatever happened is going to happen again. Okay. Uh, and if you're constantly thinking about that, there's some sort of scenario that you're replaying over and over again in your head. You're gonna attract the same circumstances. Your fears are heard just as much as your prayers are heard. Keep that in mind. So you want to take precautions here. For some of you, there is a loss that you could face, okay, and the loss could come in a multitude of ways. Uh, it could be a friend that you're going to separate yourself from because you need to see that this person is like harming you. They're doing more harm than good. You know what I mean? They're like holding you back. Or it could be that you're moving even. Um, or like you're choosing self-love here. So this also, for some of you guys, this means like, okay, if you've dated a person and things have gone awry or wrong, or you've gotten divorced or something like that, you may need time to heal. Okay, this isn't talking about going out and getting a rebound person, or maybe you've been single for 6 months and you think that you're healed. You're not. You still have some processing to do here. It is saying some processing needs to happen here. You need to give yourself time, because if you haven't healed fully, in some cases you're going to replay the exact scenario that happened to you. It could be and in a lot of cases what happens is what was done to you, you end up doing to somebody else unconsciously. It's done unconsciously, so you want to avoid that, right? There's honor and pride here, so it is talking about self-love. If you're one of those people that have recently broke up with somebody or have made changes to better your life, it is saying you need time to work on yourself a little more, and it is going to be a sacrifice. Okay? For those of you that are in competition with other people for a job promotion or something like that, as long as you okay, you need to be aware of people's actions first of all. Okay, because there's a difference. I'm seeing talking, but I'm also seeing a lot of movement. Like I'm seeing fast movement. So what it's saying is you need to step back and be an observer, separate yourself from things, okay? Like you have to be emotionally detached, and that can be hard for a lot of signs to do. The Five of Swords is a Mars in Aquarius or Venus in Aquarius energy. I know this energy well, I have it. A lot of people are like, okay, there's a lot of stereotypes and misconceptions about cards and signs. And okay, so like, let's try to, I'm a very open-minded person. I am a little weird, so I might not interpret things like other people do, but that's just my perception, right? The Five of Swords, okay, being emotionally detached. Okay, five is the number of change. A lot of people see the Five of Swords, they're like, oh, it's one-upmanship, it's underhanded tactics. There's none of that. That's in the Seven of Swords. Five of Swords is done out in the open. In the original tarot, it's in a stadium. Uh, Everybody can see. Two people walk away. They're not hurt at all. There's no blood. Their clothes aren't even ripped. The one guy who won was the underdog. The Five of Swords is a card of victory, so you'll be victorious over anybody. The Five of Wands, however, this is a card where people can get hurt. It's action, all right? And the Five of Swords is already done and over with. The only thing that's wrong, like negative with that card, is conceitedness. So conceitedness could get the better of you. So you have to ensure that you don't allow that. The Five of Wands is an action-oriented card. This is where people will physically hurt each other. Five of Swords, no blood's done. It's just egos are bruised. Ego and pride. Because the two people thought they knew better. They were royalty. They're higher privileged or whatnot. And the shabby guy comes in and takes him down, right? So it's kind of like what you need to be aware of is like people can take what they want from you, but they can never take your mind. So you have to strengthen your mind. It's saying that. The warning here is you need to step back. You need to be emotionally detached. So in order to do this, you have to be an observer. So this means you need to distinguish, okay, what the cards are saying is you're going to have to step back and you're going to have to watch people. The people coming to you and talking to you, what they're saying, okay, they might put on a good front, okay, but do their actions align with it? So this means they could come and tell you that, I'm the nicest person you'll ever meet. They could be very charismatic, tell a lot of jokes or whatnot, okay, and then turn around and their actions don't show it. They show like sabotaging actions, okay, because with the Five of Wands, this is like competition. So people will do underhanded tactics with this card. They will. They're not afraid to do it. They're competing, right? And you need to have honor. If you're competing, you need to have honor. That is what's going to make you succeed. But the cards are saying that you need to be aware because you're going to see it. Okay? There's somebody around you, you're going to see that their actions do not align with their words. Okay? So this can mean like somebody who's, it's like walk the walk if you're going to talk the talk, right? It's somebody might be a good talker and they're using underhanded tactics. Their tactics are mostly they talk. They talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. That's interesting because they're not really allowing me to see anything more than that. The person's aggressive. They're quite aggressive. But you're going to notice it through their actions. Their actions don't align with their words. Okay? And when that happens, unless you're aware of it, the human mind can't really comprehend it because it's battling what it's hearing and what it's seeing. It's two conflicting ideas going on in the human mind, so it takes a while to process it. The best way to process it is when you step back, right? And just know that the actions are going to be how you can distinguish this. It could be one particular person or it could be multiple people. There's some importance where you need to ensure that you're looking at the actions. Like again, okay, I'm going to try because there's an importance here. It could be a person who's like talks like, oh, I help people or or whatever, but then they go over to a person and instead of helping them, they're like sabotaging them. I'm seeing that. So it's like they're making things more difficult for the person. I mean, it's like covert, okay? Covert here. But whoever this is they talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. So I'll give it, like, I want to ensure you guys. So it would be like me saying, okay, like I do this. This is not a business, like I don't do readings. Uh, I've been on here 3 years, you know what I mean? If I wanted popularity, there's methods and tactics I could have done to get popularity. I really don't care about that, right? Like, I do this because, I've had viewers for so long and you form a bond with them. And like, if I can just help one person, then that's what I'm here to do. You know what I mean? Like, and I appreciate all my viewers, like there's a loyalty that, uh, I'm binded to, kind of. I appreciate them, and in return, this is how I show my appreciation. I do the best that I can. But if I wanted to be popular, I would just, like, because this is competition, right? If I, like, I really don't care. It doesn't bother me that, if somebody disliked me or the way I do things, it's fine. Like, I'm not for everybody. They're not everybody's on the same path or soul's journey, right? Like, or they're not from the same soul tribe. Uh, I could just block the amount of subscribers I have and my likes and dislikes and the comments, and I could become really popular real fast, right? Like, this is honor and pride though, right? Like I was raised by a Capricorn and Aries, so to me, and like my dad once told me, in order for a leader to lead, they don't. Okay, say you had a wagon, all right, and you were the leader and you're sitting in the wagon and you're telling everybody you're leading, pull the wagon, like that's not a leader. A leader jumps out and he's the one that pulls the wagon and allows the other people to rest, right? Like that's the way my dad explained it to me. Like if you're going to be a leader, you need to take action. And leaders have honor and there's pride, right? And they sacrifice. They make the necessary sacrifices. The sacrifice for the greater good. This is Aquarius. It's ruled by Saturn, all right? They know the rules. They know how to sacrifice too. Um, it's an energy of change, okay? So it doesn't, and it sees the truth. They're quite gifted in human behavior, right? A lot of people say Aquarians are very detached. It's not that they're detached. They understand human behavior on a profound level that not other signs do. So they usually see your root issue. They know where things are stemming from. So they're very things don't get to them. That's why they seem detached, right? Things don't get to them. They understand that it's a wounding from childhood, like so things roll off them a little more, but it's an energy of change. So it is an energy that will call you out on your BS, all right? Because it's for the greater good. At some point, the pattern needs to like, there's a behavior that needs to stop and change, and it's not going to change unless it's action is taken on it. You're going to have a choice to separate yourself from something that no longer serves you. Again, how you're going to see this is through the actions, okay? The talk must matter. If the person's going to talk the talk, they must walk the walk. You have to align the two with the people around you. You need to separate yourself from some things. You got to see things from a different perspective here, all right? And it's for protection, because you could have a wolf in sheep's clothing around you, all right? Their concern is about material aspects. So it's like a vampire, somebody feeding off of your fears. It's going to get you out of your mental prison too, all right? Like, however, you don't want to take action until you've observed things and you can align, uh, You need to align two sides here. Like, I don't have the Justice card here. I am seeing scales, though. You need to align things. Because some of you, it's because your mind is trying to process what you're seeing and what you're hearing. They're not aligning. And your mind's not putting two and two together just yet. Because there's conflict going on. Like, the mind is trying to process things. It's what I'm seeing. You do have Pisces energy here, okay, and that's quite spiritual. Pisces are, you could be going through a spiritual transformation as well, okay, and spirituality is about love. It is about love, but it's not about, okay, soulmate, okay. I have my own theory on soulmates. Those of you that are Capricorns and probably a few other signs know that I believe my father's my soulmate. He's my stepfather. He's a Capricorn. Uh, Soulmates come in all forms. They come in friends, family members, parents, grandparents, friends, animals, even your dog, companion. Uh, I don't believe in the whole. I think it's a predator prey situation when people are preying on just the romantic love, because that's an opportunity for somebody to gain off of a vulnerability. Uh, and love comes in many forms, okay? There's the love you have for your spouse, the love you have for your friends, the love you have for your animal, the love you have for your parents, the love you have for your sister and brother. All of those are different types of love, okay? And spirituality is based on love, but self-love too, all right? Because when you love yourself, you're able to be vulnerable and you can give to others, okay? Because the strongest people in life are the most vulnerable. And they're vulnerable because they have strength, okay? You can't be strong without being weak, all right? And you can't be smart without being stupid, okay? Because you gain wisdom from mistakes, where you got to have one, but you have to have the other. It's irony, and it's kind of the way life works. So your past mistakes and everything, you need to reflect on it and gather what you learn from it, okay? Don't be scared. Somebody's scared here. I'm not sure what you're scared of. Repeating past mistakes in business. Why in business am I getting that? Were you scared of being different? And there's nothing wrong with being different. Being different is a beautiful thing. You know, being from another culture or having a different ethnic background, that's beautiful. You have so much to learn from somebody that's different. Okay, if we were all the same, life would be boring. Extraordinarily boring. Okay, and with the love, because this is Aquarius and Venus. Okay, it is a sign. Okay, that loves everybody. It really does love everybody. Aquarius is a humanitarian, right? It has compassion for people as a whole. It's definitely not an energy that, if you know somebody who has this energy, they're probably like the nicest people you'll meet, but it's definitely not an energy that you want to do underhanded tactics around, because they'll call you out on your ish, man. They'll put a stop to it. They will put a stop to it, because it doesn't serve you and it doesn't serve humanity. And that's what that energy is about. It's change. It's complicated. It's a complicated energy. They're different. They're weird. It is an energy as well that can find men and women, okay, attractive without being attracted to them, okay, because they love everybody. They just have so much love, you know. And as somebody, I have that energy. I find women attractive, but I'm not attracted to them. You know what I mean? There's a difference of being attracted to somebody. You have to know them from the inside as a person, right? You know, there's the exterior beauty and then there's the interior beauty. You know, I'm straight though, but I can, even as a straight person, I have a Mars and a Venus in Aquarius. I do find humans in general beautiful. There's a hot chick, I'll say she's a hot chick. Doesn't mean that I'm attracted to her. Okay, this is a energy that appreciates uh, people for just being people. So this is also saying that you need to appreciate the different people that you have in your life, and stop um, seeing it as like, but they're not like me. It's okay that they're not like you, because you're going to learn different perspectives and different mindsets and way of thinking um, from other people. These people that come in your life, you have certain people that are going to come into your life and show you things. So it could be like, I'm getting, because spirituality is quite spiritual and about being love, okay? And love comes in all forms, okay? Teachers, professors, things like that, okay? Love is knowledge and learning too. Uh, I'm getting the image of uh, there's a library actually where you can like um, book people out, and people from all different backgrounds. They're monks, Buddhists, uh, they've lived through wars, and they're refugees and stuff like that. You can take them out. It's in a library. You can take them out like a book and listen to their stories. And I'm seeing that for some reason. And some of these people, you you're going to come into contact with, you need to have compassion towards them, and it's coming through as in you might be a guide. Oh, this is weird. Some of you might be a guide for these people. They have past woundings that you might be able to heal or help them process. They could be coworkers. You might go to a job, a new city or something. There's something where you're meant to come into contact with specific people to help tame them down, break patterns and habits. Okay, and then for others of you, I am getting business wise, if there's something that you're scared that's going to repeat itself, it's only going to repeat itself if you allow it to, if you haven't learned the lessons. Okay, so this is like you want to ensure that you have all your I's and T's dotted and crossed. I just got an image of somebody going to a lawyer and getting things and paperwork being signed. I'm not sure why, and I'm getting an image of somebody on a computer studying something or researching something, trying to find some sort of information out. And they're a little frustrated because they're not comprehending what they're reading. I'm not sure if it's not factual enough. Okay, so if you're one of those people, you want to ensure you're going to direct sources, right? So you don't want to be just reading articles. It would depend on what you're doing, though. Because if you are reading articles, you want to read articles. I'm not sure what it is. Like, it's hard for me to advise in this situation because I would need the specifics. But if you are reading articles, then okay, I'm not sure what you're doing or who this is. You would need, okay, it depends on what you're doing. Again, you firsthand experiences of somebody going through something. Okay, that is valuable to read. Again, I'm not sure what you're doing. For experience wise, you'll gain wisdom through that. Uh, you can see what errors they did, what they didn't, or how they got screwed over, or first-hand experiences is okay to research. That could be valuable information for you. If it's not first-hand experiences, you need to ensure it's a source that you're going to. You don't want to be reading articles where it's like somebody heard a story from another person and they're just documenting it. You want either first-hand experiences. Those are valuable for you. So coming from the direct source of somebody who experienced whatever you're researching, or you want the direct source itself, a lawyer or somebody who was the one who took action on the experience. I don't know. Hopefully that helped you out. Uh, it's just so you stay on course here or direction. It's getting a bit long, but Others of you, you have other options, okay? And don't fear these other options. Do take some time out. Yeah, it's for your foundation. Trust your intuition. If you feel like you're supposed to be in a different area, you are supposed to be in a different area. There's separation here too. This is taking time off of work, or separating from yourself from something you love, okay, because you need it personally to recharge or to gain a different perspective. It is to get grounded though. Okay, so I'll give you an example. For me, um, I had a very chaotic month. Lots of life lessons, lots of unexpected things happened. Um, I took time off from doing this. Was that something I wanted to do? Absolutely not. I did try a few times to do videos. It wasn't going anywhere. I got interruptions, people coming over, and all sorts of things happening, which was kind of like the universe was throwing signs and like, okay, stop like panicking here, and you need time to like just relax, calm down, put things into perspective here, okay? Because things are shifting, like your life's shifting, it's changing. So this means that, like for me, I need a new schedule, a new method of doing things. Everything that I had planned out, and all the backup plans for the backup plans that I had are not going to be able to work. So now it's just time that I need to process, including spiritually, what's happening to me. Because I'm evolving spiritually as well, and I'm evolving as a person. The person that sits here today is not going to be the same person that sits here tomorrow. Because every day you gain a little bit more, and you have the opportunity to change even 5 minutes from now. Personal choice. You need time to separate yourself from something. So if you need to take time off from work, and it hurts you to do it, because it hurt me to take time off from this, it's going to be better for your foundation. You're going to be able to build a proper foundation. Okay, so out of negative comes positive. Don't look at it as a negative, look at it as a positive. You may need some downtime. For some of you guys, you need research and development. Okay, like you may, if you're starting a business and you're worried about it going awry again, or getting a partner, or if you've been married and now you're getting married again, you need a prenup, something like that. Learning from your mistakes. Okay, and some people get offended when you say prenup. I don't understand why. If you're planning to marry a person, you're marrying them for the rest of your life, so that prenup basically is invalid. Because you're not planning on leaving the person. So then, therefore, the prenup has nothing to do with, it's never going to come to effect. That prenup is only there if things go awry, and things do happen in life. So, I mean, if you're getting upset about something that hasn't even happened, then, there's no need to get upset. You're planning on being with the person for the rest of your life. So, God, prenups, I don't understand why people get so offended when somebody asks somebody else to sign one. Like if you're one of those people, you can put in a clause if the person cheats, then you pay so much money or whatnot. For each of you, it'll be different, right? Some of you, this is like if you're having a business partner, you want to go to a lawyer, an actual lawyer, do your research on the lawyers. Find one that suits you, and you just get a contract written up so to hold the person accountable. So if you got ripped off with a partner in the past, they'll be held accountable. Just ensure you tell your lawyer your experience, because again, I'm seeing an air sign. Okay, and air signs are highly intellectual. Okay, air signs can predict future things, and they're protectors. The way they protect is mentally. They can see outcomes happening, but they need all um, they have extreme foresight. They can't protect you unless they have all the facts, okay, to or the no, like the circumstances of what you want or what's happened to you in order to protect you. Like they need, um, if you withhold something or leave something out, it could be quite valuable towards an air sign. They can get a different outcome from that one source of information that you withhold. Like, does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. That's how they foresee things and protect you. And it can be hard to protect when there's certain things that are being withheld, because that one thing that may seem small and minute to you is quite is a missing piece of the puzzle for an air sign. The cards are saying not to worry. You're going to get emotionally balanced here. I am seeing your passions and emotions need to be aligned. And if they're off balance, it's due to you need to align what you see and what you hear. That is coming through here. That'll be why. It's like an armor. The universe is trying to build an armor for you to protect you. Because the Five of Swords is like the samurai card, right? It honestly is the samurai card. You have the Ace of Cups here. Okay, so emotions. It's not being afraid to emotionally open yourself up. Again, those who are strong or weak. All right? Somebody who's aggressive and puts this front on that they're serious and they're, this is the way it's got to be done. Well, those are wounded people, okay, first of all. And they're not emotionally opened. All right, hopefully this helped you out, guys, and I will talk to you in the monthlies. Ciao for now. Namaste.